Today, I want to talk about something powerful, something personal, something that can change your life forever if you take it seriously. Focus on you until you win. In a world full of noise, comparison, and constant distractions, it's easy to lose sight of what really matters. You. Not the opinions of others, not their achievements, not their timeline, just you. Your goals, your growth, your journey. Success doesn't come by watching others succeed. It doesn't come from waiting for the perfect moment or the perfect support. It comes when you decide to lock in, shut out the noise, and do the work. You see, everyone wants to win, but not everyone is willing to put themselves first in the way that matters, not in selfishness, but in self-discipline, in self-respect, in the kind of focus that says, I will keep showing up for myself, no matter what. Focusing on you means choosing growth over comfort. It means saying no to distractions, even when they're fun. It means believing in your vision when no one else does, and yes, there will be days when you feel tired, days when you feel behind, days when it feels like nothing is working. But those are the exact moments when you need to double down and say, this is not the end, I will not give up on me. Because if you don't focus on you, who will? If you don't believe in you, who will? You don't owe the world an explanation for chasing your dreams. You owe yourself the chance to become everything you were meant to be. That's why you must keep your eyes on your path, your pace, your progress. Don't stop, don't settle, don't compare, just focus on you until you win, and when you do, because you will, you'll realize the journey was worth it. Prioritizing self-discipline over distraction is one of the most important decisions you can make if you truly want to achieve success in any area of your life. In today's fast-paced world, distractions are everywhere, on your phone, in your social life, and even in your own thoughts. They tempt you to veer off your path, to procrastinate, to do what's easy instead of what's necessary. But the difference between people who merely dream of success and those who actually achieve it often comes down to one trait: self-discipline. Self-discipline is not about being harsh on yourself or living without joy. It's about making consistent choices that align with your long-term goals instead of giving in to short-term comfort. It's the quiet force behind every great achievement. While motivation may get you started, it's discipline that keeps you going when motivation fades. Anyone can feel inspired for a few hours or a few days. But can you show up when you're tired? Can you say no to temporary pleasure for the sake of your future? That's where the battle begins, between what you want now and what you want most. Distraction feeds the present moment. It gives you quick relief, instant entertainment, or short-lived satisfaction. But self-discipline builds the future. It delays gratification, it strengthens your focus, and it develops the habits that lead to lasting success. Think of it this way: every time you resist a distraction, you're not just saying no to something unimportant. You're saying yes to your goals, to your growth, and to your potential. The people who succeed in life aren't necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're often just the ones who learned how to keep themselves in check. They don't always feel like working, training, studying, or building, but they do it anyway. Not because it's easy, but because they know the price of giving in to distraction is too high. Every moment you spend scrolling aimlessly, watching, or making excuses is a moment stolen from your dreams. To prioritize self-discipline is to live intentionally. It means structuring your day with purpose. It means setting boundaries with people, with technology, and with your own bad habits. It means having a clear vision of what you want and reminding yourself of it daily. Because discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. But if you keep giving in to distractions, that muscle weakens. Soon, your willpower erodes, your goals feel distant, and your potential remains unused. This doesn't mean you can't rest or enjoy life. Rest is part of discipline too. Rest that is planned and purposeful, not the kind that comes from escaping responsibility. True self-discipline creates balance. It gives you control over your time, your energy, and your direction. It helps you avoid the cycle of guilt and regret that follows when you know you should have done better. In the end, every distraction is a test. It asks you, do you really want what you say you want? And every time you choose discipline over distraction, you're answering that question with action. You're building momentum, confidence, and the life you've been aiming for. So don't chase motivation. Don't wait for the perfect time. Decide that today and every day after, you will prioritize self-discipline, because that's how you win. Not all at once, but moment by moment, choice by choice. Blocking out external noise is essential if you want to achieve clarity, confidence, and real progress in your personal journey. In a world where everyone has an opinion, where social media constantly shows you what others are doing, and where critics are always ready to speak louder than supporters, learning to silence the noise around you is not just helpful, it's necessary. If you listen to everything and everyone, you risk losing yourself in the process. You start doubting your direction, questioning your abilities, and making choices based on approval instead of purpose. External noise comes in many forms. It can be the judgment of others who don't understand your vision. It can be the pressure of societal expectations, telling you what success should look like, what age you should achieve it by, and how you should live your life. It can be the constant comparison to others who seem to be ahead, doing more, or living better. And perhaps most dangerously, it can be the subtle voices of doubt from people close to you. People who may mean well but still speak from fear, not faith. If you want to grow, you have to get good at protecting your mental space. That means choosing carefully who you listen to and what you allow to influence your mindset. Not everyone deserves access to your vision. Not every voice should be given weight in your decision making. Some people will try to plant seeds of doubt simply because your ambition reminds them of their own limitations. Others will project their fears onto you, warning you not to take risks they were never brave enough to take themselves. Blocking out external noise doesn't mean becoming arrogant or ignoring constructive feedback. It means developing the wisdom to tell the difference between guidance and discouragement. True advice empowers you, it challenges you to grow, and encourages you to stay true to your path. Noise, on the other hand, confuses you. It distracts you. It pulls you in too many directions until you're stuck, overwhelmed, and second, guessing every step. One of the most powerful things you can do is to turn down the volume on the world and turn up the volume on your inner voice. That quiet voice inside, the one that knows what you want, why you started, and what you're capable of, is often drowned out by the chaos around you. But when you learn to listen to it, you gain clarity. You stop chasing validation and start pursuing your real goals. You stop explaining yourself to people who don't understand your journey. You stop waiting for permission and start creating your own lane. This kind of focus takes strength. It takes self-awareness. It takes the discipline to unplug, to say no, and to spend time in stillness so you can reconnect with your true self. The more you practice it, the less the noise will affect you. You'll begin to move with confidence even when others doubt you. You'll stay consistent even when applause is absent, and you'll learn to trust that your path, though different, is still valuable and worthy. Remember, the loudest voices aren't always the wisest, the most popular opinions aren't always right, and the crowd doesn't always know where it's going. If you want to do something meaningful, something great, something that truly reflects who you are, you'll have to separate your voice from the noise. You'll have to choose focus over popularity, purpose over pressure, and progress over perfection. The world will always talk. Let it. Your job isn't to silence the world, it's to strengthen your focus. Keep your head down, your heart grounded, and your eyes on the goal. Because when the noise fades, and it always does, what will remain is the result of your consistency, your courage, and your unshakable belief in yourself. Believing in yourself when no one else does is one of the hardest, yet most powerful things you'll ever learn to do. There will be moments in life when the support you thought would be there isn't, when people doubt your dreams, question your decisions, or simply stay silent when you need encouragement the most. In those moments, it's easy to start doubting yourself too. But that's exactly when your inner belief must rise. Because if you stop believing in you, then who will? The truth is, most people only believe in something once it's already successful. They don't see the early mornings, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, or the setbacks. They only see the results. Until then, they might call your goals unrealistic, your vision too big, or your path too risky. But just because others can't see what you see doesn't mean it isn't real. Your dream was given to you, not them. Your potential is yours to unlock, not theirs to measure. Self-belief is not arrogance. It's not pretending to be perfect or acting like you have all the answers. It's a quiet, steady conviction that says, I might not have it all figured out yet, but I trust that I will. It's choosing to move forward, even when the path is unclear. It's knowing that your worth isn't defined by who approves of you, but by who you decide to become. Some of the greatest achievers in history were told they wouldn't make it. They were laughed at, rejected, underestimated, but what made them different wasn't their talent alone. It was their ability to keep going when no one else believed they could. They turned doubt into fuel. They turned rejection into redirection. They used every no as a reason to push harder, dig deeper, and rise stronger. You must do the same. Your journey may feel lonely at times, but that doesn't mean it's the wrong one. In fact, if your dream is big enough, it probably won't make sense to most people, and that's okay. Your job is not to convince the world, it's to prove it to yourself. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Let your results silence the noise. Let your success be the evidence that belief, when backed by effort, becomes unstoppable. There will be setbacks. There will be failures. There will be times when you question if you're good enough. That's normal, but in those moments, remind yourself why you started. Remind yourself of the progress you've already made, the challenges you've already overcome, and the strength you've built through it all. Sometimes, just getting back up is proof enough that you still believe. Believing in yourself is a daily choice. Some days it's easy, other days it feels impossible, but the more you choose it, the stronger it becomes. You build confidence not by waiting for praise, but by showing up for yourself day in and day out. You create a solid foundation by honoring your word to yourself, by setting goals and doing the work, whether anyone notices or not. One day, the same people who doubted you will ask how you did it, and you'll know it wasn't luck or approval or perfect circumstances. It was belief, the kind that doesn't waver in the face of doubt. The kind that keeps going through fear, the kind that sees the end before anyone else can. So when no one claps for you, clap for yourself. When no one sees the vision, hold it closer. When no one believes in you, stand up taller and believe harder. Because at the end of the day, the only belief you truly need to win is your own. Choosing growth over comfort is one of the most transformative decisions you can make in your life. It's the decision to do what is hard, uncertain, and sometimes even painful, instead of settling for what is easy, familiar, and safe. Growth and comfort cannot coexist. Every time you pick comfort, you stay exactly where you are. But every time you choose growth, you stretch beyond your limits, you evolve, and you get one step closer to the person you're meant to become. The reason many people never reach their full potential is because comfort feels good. It's warm, predictable, and free of risk. It tells you you're fine where you are. But the truth is, comfort can become a trap, a silent killer of ambition. It disguises itself as peace, but what it really offers is stagnation. It keeps you in the same routines, surrounded by the same thinking, doing the same things that no longer challenge or inspire you. And as long as you stay there, your life stays the same. Growth, on the other hand, demands more from you. It asks you to step into the unknown, to face your fears, and to confront your weaknesses. It pushes you out of the crowd and into the spotlight of your own potential. It's not always pretty. Sometimes it feels lonely. Sometimes it requires you to walk away from habits, environments, or even people who are holding you back. But that discomfort is where change lives. That's where breakthroughs happen. That's where new levels of success, wisdom, and fulfillment are waiting for you. Choosing growth means saying yes to the challenge. It means being willing to start small, make mistakes, and learn through experience. It means showing up even when you don't feel ready and trusting that you'll figure it out along the way. It means being honest with yourself about where you are and where you want to be, and then being bold enough to bridge that gap with effort, consistency, and courage. Growth isn't a one-time decision. It's a daily practice. It's waking up and deciding that you will not waste your potential today. It's resisting the urge to take the easy way out and instead choosing the path that stretches your mind, your body, and your spirit. Whether that's pursuing a new skill, having a difficult conversation, starting a project, or making a lifestyle change, growth asks you to get uncomfortable for a purpose greater than your present convenience. You'll know you're growing when things start to feel unfamiliar, when your old routines no longer satisfy you, when your goals start to scare you in the best way, when you realize that the people who once understood you may not anymore. These are not signs of failure, they are signs of progress. Growth is not just about doing more, it's about becoming more focused, more resilient, more intentional. It's important to understand that growth doesn't guarantee immediate rewards. Sometimes the results are slow. Sometimes you don't see progress for weeks or months. But just because something is uncomfortable doesn't mean it's wrong. In fact, the discomfort is often proof that you are moving in the right direction. If it was easy, everyone would do it. But you're not here to live an average life. You're here to rise, to evolve, to lead, and to grow into everything you are capable of being. So when faced with the choice between staying comfortable or moving forward, choose growth. Choose the hard work, the learning curve, the challenge, because it will shape you into someone stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the opportunities life has in store. Your future doesn't live in your comfort zone. It lives on the other side of courage. Keep growing. Keep showing up, especially on hard days, because that's where real progress is made. It's easy to stay committed when everything is going right. When you're motivated, the results are showing and life feels smooth. But the true test of your character, discipline, and purpose happens when things get tough, when the motivation is gone, when you feel tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed, when it feels like no one sees your effort and nothing is moving forward. Those are the moments that define your journey. Those are the days that separate those who merely wish from those who truly want it. Success doesn't come from occasional bursts of energy or inspiration. It comes from consistency, from the decision to show up and do the work, even when you don't feel like it. That kind of grit builds something stronger than talent ever could. Anyone can start, but not everyone finishes. And most people don't quit because they aren't capable. They quit because it gets hard, and they don't know how to push through the resistance. But the only way out is through. Showing up on hard days doesn't mean you have to be perfect. It doesn't mean you have to perform at your best every single time. It means you stay in the game. You take the next step even if it's small. You hold the line even if you feel like you're barely holding on. Progress is often invisible on the surface. It's happening quietly in your mindset, your habits, your resilience, and you'll never reach the results you want if you disappear every time it gets uncomfortable. Hard days are part of the process. They're not a sign you're failing. They're a sign you're growing. Growth isn't linear. Some days feel like you're climbing. Others feel like you're sliding backward. But even those hard days are valuable. They teach you how to dig deep. They build mental toughness. They remind you of your why and force you to recommit to your vision. Every time you choose to keep going instead of giving up, you're reinforcing a powerful message to yourself. I am in this for the long haul. There's power in persistence. Some of the most successful people in the world didn't make it because they were the most talented or the most connected. They made it because they kept showing up, especially when life knocked them down. They kept building when no one was watching. They kept going when everyone else stopped. They showed up for their goals on the days it felt impossible, and those small, quiet moments of discipline added up to big wins. You may not see the reward immediately. You may not feel like your effort is paying off, but showing up plants seeds, and those seeds eventually grow into results, into confidence, into breakthroughs. Don't underestimate the compound effect of consistency. What you're doing today matters, even if it's not glamorous, even if it feels pointless, even if you're just barely getting by. You're creating momentum, and that momentum will carry you forward when things begin to shift. So whatever you're working toward, whatever challenge you're facing, keep showing up. On the good days, double down. On the bad days, dig in. Don't let how you feel dictate what you do. Let your vision lead your actions. Because the people who win aren't the ones who never struggle. They're the ones who show up through the struggle, one step at a time, one day at a time. Keep showing up, especially on the days you feel like quitting. That's how champions are built. That's how goals are achieved. That's how you become someone who doesn't just dream, but delivers. Trust your journey until you win, because every step you take, even the ones that feel slow, confusing, or uncertain, is shaping you into who you need to become. The path to success is never a straight line. It's full of twists, setbacks, delays, and moments that will make you question everything. But those moments are part of the process. They are the tests that prepare you for the next level. They're the challenges that sharpen your mindset, strengthen your character, and teach you lessons no book or mentor ever could. When you commit to your journey, you're not just chasing a goal. You're building the person capable of reaching it. And that kind of growth doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, patience, and most importantly, trust. Trust that what you're doing matters. Trust that your effort will pay off, even when you can't yet see the results. Trust that setbacks aren't the end of the story, but a chapter in the making of your success. It's easy to trust the journey when everything is going well, when you're making progress, getting recognition, and feeling good about where you are. But the real test comes when the journey gets tough, when you face failure, when the support fades, when doubt creeps in and you wonder if you're wasting your time. In those moments, trusting the journey means holding your vision tighter than ever. It means reminding yourself why you started and refusing to let temporary emotions derail your long-term purpose. There's a reason your journey is unique. It's tailored for your growth, your breakthroughs, and your impact. Comparing your timeline to someone else's will only slow you down. Some people get there faster, some slower. But speed isn't the goal. Growth is. Fulfillment is. Becoming your best self is. And that can only happen if you stop rushing and start trusting. Trusting that everything is unfolding in the right time, even if it doesn't match your plan. Often, the detours, delays, and disappointments are doing something behind the scenes, teaching you resilience, building your discipline, opening new doors that wouldn't have appeared otherwise. Life has a way of aligning things when you least expect it, but only for those who stay in the game long enough to receive what they've worked for. Most people give up too soon. They quit right before the breakthrough. But not you. You're still here, still pushing, still believing, and that persistence will pay off. Trust doesn't mean you won't doubt sometimes. It doesn't mean you won't get tired or frustrated, but it means you keep going anyway. You keep taking steps, even small ones. You keep learning, adjusting, and showing up with intention. The journey may not look like what you expected, but that doesn't mean it's not working. The growth you're experiencing, the person you're becoming, is a sign that you're on the right path. You won't always feel inspired. You won't always have proof that you're getting closer, but faith in your process will keep you grounded. When you trust your journey, you stop forcing things and start flowing with them. You become more present, more patient, and more prepared for the success that's coming. So don't stop because it's hard. Don't give up because it's taking time. The journey is shaping your destiny, moment by moment, step by step. Keep trusting it, especially when it's uncertain, because the people who win in the end aren't just the most talented or the most fortunate. They're the ones who stayed the course. Your win is on the way. Trust your journey until it gets there.